loved to go to their house. She loved to play the piano, and he would call out different hymns, thinking he would stump her. You can't stump Lorraine Matz on hymns, let me tell you. She's a walking, playing hymn book. Her heart is heavy because she couldn't be here today, but as the family knows, she's with them in spirit and praying with them and for them. I'll keep my comments for the message. One of the songs, a medley of songs that the family asked for, that Ragnar loved, was "I'd Rather Have Jesus and 'Tis So Sweet."
I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. I'd rather be His than have riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than houses or lands. I'd rather be led by His nail-pierced hands than to be a king of a vast domain and be held in sin's dread sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today. I'd rather have Jesus than man's applause. I'd rather be faithful to His dear cause. I'd rather have Jesus
Thank you. I titled what I want to share with you today, Longing for Home. And the reason is because in the last few days of Ragnar's life, I truly believe that he was searching. For the most part, he was searching for Ruthie. Granted, maybe not all his capacities were there, but they were together for so long, 58 years, that he would get up in the middle of the night and, of course, fall, and that caused some serious issues at the assisted living. So all of us were shocked when Ruthie went first. We really thought that Ragnar would go first because he was not well. He had major issues throughout his life. I'll never forget the first time meeting him. I had just been hired to be on the staff of this church, which at that particular moment was a secretary and the lead pastor who was in this room, Tom Kemp. And I came that Sunday morning, May 15th, 1988, and the first person to greet me was that good-looking Norwegian right up there. And the way he greeted me was different than I'd ever been greeted in my entire life. Because not only did I get a handshake, but I got a kiss on this cheek and a kiss on this cheek. And I don't know if he knew who I was, or if he was just friendly, or I didn't know what to think at 20 years of age. But I want to tell you something. He shocked me because he floored me, not because of the kiss, or not because of the abruptness, but because of something he said. He said, "How's your uncle doing?" I said, "Which one?" He said, "You know, Tim." I said, how do you know this? This is, at this point, this is our black sheep in the family. Tim, my uncle who lives in Orlando, was incarcerated at the Indian River County Jail and had some issues that he had to deal with. And Ragnar had ministered to him at the jail. "How's your grandmother doing?" Because he knew that because of some things that Tim had said to him, that my grandmother was taking it pretty hard. And that has always stuck with me. How did he remember? How did he put two and two together? Maybe my uncle said something, I don't know. But he was always so proud, even several years ago when he reminded me of the incident, and not only, he says, "How's he doing?" I said, "Well, you know, he is the director of Fresh Start Ministries in Orlando, the ministry he went to where he was set free from his drug addiction." And Ragnar would smile with that Cheshire cat grin that he had, but you never knew what was behind it. And he was so proud. Because here's one that had made it. Here's one that had come through. Like I said, I titled this "Longing for Home." And it's interesting that Paul told the Philippian church in Philippians 1, verse 19 through 26, he said something. Paul, of course, is getting to be at the very end of his life, and he makes a statement here that is quite something for us. It kind of helps us to understand the situation that we're in. Paul says in verse 19, he says, "For I know that this will turn out for my deliverance through your prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Jesus Christ, according to my earnest expectation and hope that in nothing I shall be put to shame, but with all boldness as always, so now also Christ will be magnified in my body, whether by life or by death. For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain. But if I live on in the flesh, this will mean fruit for my labor. Yet what I shall choose, I cannot tell you. For I'm hard pressed between the two, having a desire to depart and be with Christ, which is far better. Nevertheless, to remain in the flesh is more needful